Hi, and welcome to Buffalo Bills pregame show for Week 2 against the Patriots. Justin,
Yes.
we won the game.
We did.
You and I both said we were not going to win the game. I will fully admit that. Are we actually for real? Because we beat one of the best teams in the AFC.
Okay, new season, and come on, we've been there before. 4-0, 5-0, and then the season just falls apart on us. Be cautiously optimistic. As Bills fans, we tend to go off our rockers way too early in the season. I've seen people predicting playoffs and Super Bowl. No, guys, be grounded, be realistic, stick to your original predictions at this point. I saw basically an above-average team this year, and I think that they are an above-average team. Do I think they're great? Probably not at this point. Let's see how the next few weeks go, and I'll reevaluate then.
All right, so we're moving on. We're going to the Patriots. They're coming to us. I still think we have some things to fix. Like, I thought LeSean McCoy was going to have a much better performance against the Colts than he really did. Do you think he'll be able to generate a good rush against the Patriots defense?
It depends on how the line does. The line was not getting a whole lot of push, especially on the outside plays where McCoy is at his best. And when he was having the holes, he was not seeing them quick enough. And then he would bounce the plates the wrong way and get stood up. The way our Bills line is set up, they're doing very well against Indy, getting pushed up the middle to a degree, and a running back who had more power would be able to do better, hence Karlos Williams
he did
having a few great
well,
runs.
Yeah.
That's best the way to put it. He had a great day. McCoy did not, though, because he was missing those the holes.
Right. Now, you just said McCoy didn't have the greatest day. Someone else didn't really have the greatest day of their career either, and that would be our two-time #1 overall pick, Sammy Watkins. No catches at all. And everyone, and even you and I were both at the game, and even in the stands, we all knew he hadn't really only got targeted except for that one time.
Twice, but yes.
Twice. Now, granted, Tyrod only threw it
19
times. So, I mean, that's part of the formula. We got to realize that. But against Malcolm Butler, who, let's face it, I think kind of got pushed into the starting role a bit too early because of one good play he made at the Super Bowl, shouldn't he have some success against him?
I would hope so, but you have to take into account that Tyrod has a lot of weapons to distribute to. McCoy actually was very great out of the backfield, which we expected him to be.
Right.
As a safety outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Clay has to get his touches. Woods has to get his.
Yeah.
Percy Harvin got his.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hands to throw the ball to, and not everyone's going to be happy every week with the amount being thrown at them. Nobody's proven themselves to be the dominant receiver yet. And it comes down to chemistry. Keep in mind that Tyrod has only been working with these guys since March.
All right, let's talk about the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Simply put, with the defense, we got Marcell, Dareus back. And even though we did a lot of blitzing, I think like half the time we blitzed, I wasn't satisfied with our sack count. I'll just say it. Do you think we're going to get a much better push up the middle? Because we're going against, I believe, 3 rookies on the Patriots' offensive line, and they look pretty good against Pittsburgh. But I think we missed Dareus last week. Do you think we'll be able to get the push this week?
I think we probably will have a better push than we had last week, just on the basis of having Dareus in, with Bryant getting a few less reps and Charles getting fewer reps. That's going to make a huge difference there. But you have to take into account that the Bills were effective at getting to Andrew Luck and making him have to rush a lot of throws. Sometimes sacks are nice to have, but a great quarterback is going to find a way not to eat the yardage and get the ball out however he can. Because the Bills' pass rush was feared as much as it is, Luck was taking his chances throwing the ball down the field, and, well, a couple picks, a bunch of bad throws. That's just as effective in many ways as getting the sack.
Right.
When it comes down to it, when a quarterback rushes, they're not going to be as dangerous. And, hey, 0 points through 3 quarters as a result there.
Right. And let's face it, Crybaby McDiapers is pretty good at getting the ball out just as much as luck is. I would even say a little bit better.
He's probably better at that.
Yeah. And we've hit him. I think there was one particular game we sacked him 8 times, and
Yeah.
So I'm not saying hitting him's not the answer, because I think that's definitely part of it. We've seen other teams do it, the Giants in particular. But I think the real challenge is not so much Brady, but who he's throwing to, and specifically Buffalo-born Rob Gronkowski.
Edelman as well.
Edelman's great. I mean, I
Yeah.
hate to say it, but he is. Like, he fits right into that formula that they all
Awesome
seem
slot
to do.
receiver,
Yeah.
basically taken right over where
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker was before, yeah.
Yeah. But the number one threat is Gronk. It just seems like he's uncoverable. And when you look at the Bills' defense specifically, who do you think could and will cover him?
Well, what I think will happen when he does line up tight as opposed to wide, I think he's going to get chucked by a D-end. And it really depends on who's healthy out of our secondary right now, because Corey Graham will be a question mark for next week. You can't have Aaron Williams on because he's strong. He's a former corner. You can cover in that capacity. Bradham is a good athletic linebacker as well, but Gronkowski is a matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
As much as I love Charles Clay, Gronk is just by far the best tight end in the league right now.
Topic of discussion this week. I don't know about you, but he lived up to my expectations. Like, he looked the part of I almost said it. I'm going to say it. He looked the part of a franchise quarterback, and I know we've been down this road before. We were like Trent. We were like Fitz. We both thought they're our guy. We even paid Fitzpatrick because we thought so. And then woo, exactly. And we've seen this before too many times, especially at the beginning of seasons, where players look their part. E.J. Manuel was 2-0 last year. Do you think we finally found our guy?
I hope so, but as always, have to be cautiously optimistic. Again, you can't base everything off one game. Otherwise, you have Rob Johnson being traded to us. And you know that's the truth.
Yeah.
You can't judge everything off one game, but he looked the part. He looked great. He was aggressive, looking down the field. That pass to Harvin was just beautiful.
Yeah.
When he made his decisions to run, he was a dangerous weapon on the ground. And as a number of people have said, a running quarterback is very prone to being injured. So.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
As long as the Bills don't do what Washington did to RG3, I think he could be a great quarterback. But let's see how it goes the next few games before crowning him the new Prince of Buffalo.
Keys of the game, Justin. What do the Bills need to do to beat the Patriots and go 2-0?
Keys to the game for New England. One, you got to find a way to stop Brady however possible, and that really comes down to stopping the receivers. And two, not getting outsmarted by Bill. Bill Belichick is one of the brightest minds in football, largely because of his scandals, but largely because he's been around the game so long he knows what he can and can't get away with.
Stick with what you know. Don't overthink it. Don't overdo it. We know what works on our offense. We know what works with our defense. That's my key. And picks. What do you got?
I'm not calling this a drinking the Kool-Aid yet, but I'm going to say the Bills are going to win largely because the Ralph will be rocking like it was yesterday. And I think that it's going to be a tightly wound affair right to the last minute, 30-27.
I wish I had your confidence. I just gotta... There's one good thing on our side, and I'll put up the graphic, and hopefully I won't be wrong on this. We're facing them a perfect week 2. The Patriots have never been the strongest week 2 team. A lot of their random losses that they have, because every year they obviously have 3, 4, 5 losses, a lot of them have come in week 2s. There's the graphic. Hopefully it's right, because if I'm wrong, it's going to kind of be silly. But I will say Patriots 24-21, but I will not be surprised if the Bills pull this off at all. We'll be back for Week 4 against the Giants.
And we get to put Jared behind the camera as opposed to it being on auto camera.
Yeah. So see you in 2 weeks.